There are a few sounds such as nails on the chalkboard, that make one's skin crawl. I bet just reading those words made some of you cringe. The very thought of them makes you grimace and sends shivers down your spine. These sounds are universally despised, but why do we have such an extremely unpleasant reaction to these sounds? Is it just because they're annoying to listen to, or is there a deeper biological explanation behind it? In 2012, scientists conducted a study where they asked people to rank a list of sounds according to how annoying they were. The sounds that made it to the top included knife on glass, nails on a blackboard, fork on glass, and shrill screams. All of these sounds had one underlying similarity: their high pitch. The people participating in the study listened to these sounds. Scientists measured the real-time activity in their brains through functional magnetic resonance imaging or fMRI. Scientists observed that sounds like nails clawing on a blackboard and a knife scraping on glass cause high activity in two brain regions, the auditory cortex and the amygdala. The auditory cortex is the part of the brain that helps us make sense of the sounds we hear each day. And the amygdala is a small pouch-like structure known as the emotional center of the brain, and is linked with a particular emotion of fear and unpleasantness. It triggers our fight or flight response, which is essential for our survival. But why? Why these sounds trigger our fear? This can be related to primitive life. Human beings are evolutionarily programmed to respond to a scream as if it were a matter of life or death, because in the past, it often was. The distress calls or calls for help emitted by our primitive ancestors were similar to the sound of screams. Research shows that this ear-splitting noise has the same frequency as that of a crying baby and a human scream, indicating that these sounds are tied to survival. So, scientists speculate that the sounds of nails clawing on a blackboard or a fork scraping on a plate set off the same alarm bells in our heads as a scream, though our visual cues tell us that nothing threatening is happening around us. This conflict between what our brain tells us and what we see causes the acute discomfort brought on by these sounds. Interesting? Right. If you want to know more of these, please like and subscribe.